Today we're going to talk about goal-based eating. We're going to talk about what to eat and when to eat it. So to start off with the goal-based eating, it's pretty self-explanatory. Eating based off of a goal. So a lot of us just tend to think of weight loss as the only type of diet or way to eat, and that's the only goal that people have. You can't always be losing weight. So if you're on a weight loss plan, at some point in time, if you've been following it correctly and you have a good plan set up for you, you will have lost your weight. And you will need to change how you eat based off of new goals that you set for yourself. So for example, if I, again, have a weight loss goal and I've lost that weight, maybe I choose to do a maintenance mode where I want to maintain the weight that I'm at. Or possibly, maybe I want to now gain strength since I've lost some of the fat. And then I could go into a strength gaining mode. Maybe from that, I might go into a weight loss mode. In CrossFit, oftentimes what we see is kind of gaining weight in the winter or gaining strength. Oftentimes with strength gain, there is weight gain. And then as the summer starts to come on, we like to trim down and get our summer beach body. And then it's kind of a maintenance mode back to strength gaining, and we kind of cycle through that way. It's different based off of everybody, our body types, and what our goals are and where we're coming from. I think the biggest thing is to just understand that how I eat is going to change based off of what my goals are. And it's important to understand and or set goals for yourself so that can help guide the decisions you make and how you eat. That is also going to change the next part of what I tell you on what to eat and when to eat it. So that's all going to be dependent on what my goal is. These are very broad, these are generalizations that I'm going to give you guys. It's very general knowledge that you will then have to tweak and try to apply to yourself. And that is where PD and I are here to help you. And you can always schedule a one-on-one consultation with PD if you need more guidance in how to apply this directly to you. If you are trying to lose weight, a couple keys are to find ways to sneak calories out without necessarily having to reduce how much you eat. You don't want to feel like you're starving yourself. But again, we're going to kind of think about sneaking calories out. A couple ways we can do that. If you are a milk drinker, and instead of drinking whole milk, maybe I'll go fat-free. So I'm still drinking my glass of milk, but I've significantly cut the calorie intake. If I'm eating salad, maybe I'm changing out the salad dressings I'm putting on and choosing more of a vinaigrette or using something maybe with like lime juice in it rather than like a ranch dressing or something with a lot of cream and fat and calories in it that way. Maybe I'm going to leave off that avocado or not add nuts to my oatmeal as ways to sneak calories out without really reducing how much food I'm eating. Adding lots of leafy green vegetables, maybe taking the butter off of my broccoli, are all kind of ways to sneak out calories. Likewise, if I am trying to gain weight and I'm in a strength gaining mode, I am going to try to find ways to sneak calories in without drastically increasing how much I'm eating. Some of you may have never had to experience this before, but it is very difficult for those that are trying to gain significant amounts of weight. And food oftentimes becomes a struggle for them to consume enough to gain the weight. So again, sneaking calories in, it's the exact opposite. Instead of drinking fat-free, maybe I'm going to use whole milk. I'm going to stick half and half into my coffee. I can use more fat in my salad dressing, add nuts to my oatmeal, find starchier vegetables to eat, and rather than a lot of leafy greens. We still want the micronutrients with vegetables, so vegetables should still be included in your diet regardless. But again, we can kind of mix up the ones that you're eating. So that's just kind of like one little insight into goal-based eating. Likewise, in maintenance mode, I want to make sure I'm not depleting or depriving myself of entire food categories when I'm in a maintenance mode. So we're looking at general health at that point. And so we want to make sure that we have a lot of variety. And again, that we aren't eliminating entire food groups unless if you have an intolerance to that food. Almost all food groups out there have some sort of benefit to us, whether it's grains or whether it's dairy, depending again on your body. But the biggest key there is variety and to keep a mindset on your goal and to figure out, are you maintaining or are you gaining and are you losing weight? PD will kind of go into this later, but tracking still what you're eating is going to be a huge help in that. When to eat it. So again, in general, if you're trying to lose weight, you want to kind of limit those starchy carbs that we, sweet potato, oatmeal. Don't want to exclude it, but let's limit it And ideally, you're going to eat it first thing in the morning, and that's going to be kind of used throughout the day. And rather than your body just storing it as fat, it's going to be a fuel source for you. So either eat it in the morning or immediately after a workout. Again, try to limit it on how much you're consuming. If you are trying to gain weight, you can pretty much eat those sort of foods at any point in the day, and oftentimes multiple times a day. So you might do it in the morning, immediately after workout, and possibly even in the evening. If you're in a maintenance mode, most likely you're just going to do it in the morning post-workout. And again, if you're trying to lose weight, I think you could even go as strict as saying only doing it after you work out. So that's kind of like when to consume things like sweet potatoes, oatmeal. If you're going to cheat and eat your donut or cookies, eat it immediately after you work out. Your body's going to burn that up instead of just storing it if you were to sit on a couch and eat it right before you go to bed. I'm trying to think what else. So in general, that kind of goes over what to eat in regards to if you're trying to gain weight or lose weight associated with that goal-based eating, and when to eat it. Put any questions below, guys.